Let us travel back, not to a time of revolution, but to a moment poised on its brink. The year is 1720 in the bustling port of Boston. This is not yet the city of rebels and tea parties. It is a thriving, confident, and deeply conflicted center. Of British America, our view is not from a history book, but from the deck of a trading schooner, approaching a peninsula that bears only a faint resemblance to the city we know today. We are here to reconstruct a world on the cusp, using historical maps, engravings, and architectural evidence as our guide. What you will see is a visualization based on these primary sources, an effort to walk these lost streets and understand the society that was about to change the world. Our arrival is by sea, for that is the only meaningful way to approach Boston. The city is not a broad metropolis, but a tight, hilly peninsula. To the south, a slender, fortified strip of sand and gravel, known as the Boston Neck, connects it to the mainland, a vulnerable tether in times of tension. As we glide closer, the first sight is a forest of masts. Ships of all sizes crowd the anchorages, two-masted schooners, square-rigged merchantmen, and nimble fishing sloops. The dominant feature is Long Wharf, a breathtaking timber causeway thrust nearly half a mile into the deep channel. It is a street built on water, lined with sturdy warehouses where clerks tally barrels of molasses from the West Indies and bundles of fur from the frontier. The air is a potent mix of salt, tar, and the earthy smell of drying cod from the fishing flakes along the shore. This wharf is the city's economic heart, and its steady pulse is the sound of cranes, shouted orders, and creaking hulls. We move from the wharf into the city itself, stepping onto a landscape shaped by water and hill. The street beneath our feet is unpaved, a compacted mixture of earth, shell, and gravel that turns to mud in the rain. The layout follows old cowpaths and early property lines, a winding organic web rather than a rigid grid. To our right, the land rises sharply to Copp's Hill, a 50-foot prominence dotted with windmills and grazing sheep. To our left, the triple peaks of the Trim Mountain, what we would later call Beacon Hill, loom even higher. Their slopes, still steep and largely undeveloped. Boston is a city of dramatic topography, where geography dictates daily life. The homes we pass tell a story of material and status. We see roughly 1,000 houses of brick, a sign of established wealth, their Georgian symmetry, a conscious echo of London fashion, but far more numerous, nearly 2,000 of them, are the wooden houses. They are clad in clapboard or shingle, their frames hewn from the great white pines of New England. Their facades lean slightly, their small diamond windows peering out onto the street. This is a city built of wood, and the fear of fire is a constant, quiet dread. The architecture is practical, Protestant, and unadorned, a physical manifestation of the Puritan values that still underpin society, even as new ideas flow in through the port. Let us follow the sound of commerce inland from the docks. The true Crossroads is Dock Square, a bustling open space at the head of the town dock. Here, farmers from the mainland have brought their produce, and fishmongers shout the day's catch. But the real business is conducted in the low hum of the shops and taverns that line the adjacent streets. In a smoky taproom, a ship's captain just arrived from London shares gossip from the royal court with a merchant whose wealth is built on West Indies trade. In a cramped workshop, a silversmith, like the young Paul Revere, might be at his bench, practicing a craft that is pre-industrial, each piece bespoke, hammered from melted Spanish coins. The economy is artisanal and mercantile, a network of personal deals and intricate credit. For the laboring poor, however, life is a precarious scramble. The overseers of the poor, an office established just decades before, operate a workhouse for the destitute, a stark reminder that in this supposed land of opportunity, poverty is still considered an inevitable, if regrettable, part of the divine order. The spiritual and civic life of the town is anchored by its steeples. We can see the stark spire of the Old North Church in the north end, and the grander bulk of the Old South Meeting House. These are not just places of worship. They are the largest public halls in the city, where thousands can gather. Their influence is waning, giving way to a new, more emotive religious fervor, known as the Great Awakening. But their physical presence still dominates the skyline. Just a short walk from the docks at the head of King Street, it stands the symbol of secular power, the Old State House. Completed in 1713, this brick building with its distinctive cupola houses the Royal Governor's Council and the Colonial Assembly. Its balcony is where proclamations are read. Its chambers are where Boston's elected representatives use to a remarkable degree of self-rule. Debate laws under the watchful eye of the Crown, the tension between local privilege and imperial authority is not yet violent, but it is palpable in the very air around this building. For the 12,000 souls who call this peninsula home, daily life is a tapestry of work and simple ritual. Women draw water from public pumps and tend kitchen gardens. Children chase pigs that root freely in the narrow lanes. On the common, the town's great communal pasture, cattle graze and militia companies drill on the open green. The common is also a place of grim spectacle, where public punishments are carried out. Leisure is found in taverns, where dancing and music are common. And the consumption of rum and hard cider is a daily fact of life. The social fabric is complex. A small elite of merchant princes lives in brick mansions, while a larger class of artisans, shopkeepers, and mariners forms the economic backbone. Slavery is legal, though the enslaved population is small and fading. A community of free black Bostonians, perhaps 800 strong by the 1770s, is beginning to establish itself. It is a society in motion, its hierarchies being quietly questioned even as they are enforced. This is the quiet before the storm. The key turning point is not a single event, but a gathering pressure. By the 1720s, Boston has reached the limits of its natural geography. Its economy, once booming, is beginning to stall as forests are cleared and competition from other ports grows. The very success of its merchants has created a confident, literate, and politically engaged populace who cherish their local autonomy. They are British subjects, but their connection to the mother country is increasingly transactional. The ideas of the Enlightenment, printed on presses in Boston and debated in its coffeehouses, are fostering a new sense of American identity. The stage is being set. In a few decades, the tensions between this assertive colonial society and a distant imperial parliament will turn this town into a tinderbox. The wharves we see full of peaceful trade will be closed by punitive acts. The old State House balcony will look down on a massacre. The tea landed at Griffin's Wharf will be thrown into this very harbor. The city we are reconstructing is living on borrowed time, though it does not yet know it. As we take our final view from Beacon Hill, looking out over the wooden rooftops to the encircling sea, consider the profound transformation. The shoreline you see here, jagged with coves and wharves, will be smoothed and pushed outward by centuries of landfill, creating the neighborhoods of Back Bay and the South End. Great hills will be carted away to fill the mill ponds and marshes. The town of 12,000 will become a city of millions. The narrow, winding lane where we stand will be buried under skyscrapers. The Boston of 1720 is a ghost city, lying in strata beneath the modern streets. Yet its spirit independent, contentious, and resilient would define the nation that was born from its struggles. This was the Crucible. We have been walking through the moment just before the fire was lit.